Hola! Interesting times, aren't they? This is Michael with Musicians Against Multiple Sclerosis. The crows, the crows, the crows, the crows. Always follow the crows. So, what is MAMS? I already went over what MAMS is. It's a federally recognized C Corp. It operates NorCal CGA under our Articles of Incorporation, which is a non-profit R&D organic produce collective utilizing the sustainable agricultural model that the state is requiring while doing the research and development on current existing treatment modalities for people with MS and the other central nervous system and peripheral nervous system states of disease for which we have definitive proof cannabinol works. So we strictly work under the medical model, assisting that system to get up and running so that people are not having to buy this horticulture produced agricultural product that's actually toxic. I'm not going to get into the arguments over the current cultivation modalities, but it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever to be cultivating that way. That's why we are under an organic produce model, a true organic produce model. That was the agreement that was made with the state of California. So we're not only positioned to be the NGO working with the state, with CalCan, CDFA, and the California Cannabis Commission on the implementation as well as the R&D on this re-entry crop into the agricultural system of California. It has to come in under a cooperation or a corporation. We've been blessed to have the California Agricultural Nonprofit Collective Law available to us. For on this system being put in, utilizing an already proven model of how you generate a new agricultural model that was done decades ago, where the farmers and members of the collective / cooperative own the nursery, processing, manufacturing, testing for amalgamated products and contaminants, the packaging, the storage for marketing contracts, the distribution, transportation to retail outlets that have to meet the standards of the medical model. So if you're going to be vertically integrated, you have to be in a corporation, and they're not going to allow you to be vertically integrated. You can be laterally integrated. That's what this model provides, and it has to do with liability. When you're producing an agricultural product, number one, that's meant for human consumption. Number two is a very highly regulated component. We know why it is. We know what we have known for a long time, and I can attest to it by working in the medical field, in oncology, and in every aspect of medicine over the last 59 years of my life, since I actually remember every orbit. I have watched this system collapse. Yet, they have known all along that the cannabinol system, which is activated by the THC, it requires the entire tetrahydrocannabinol sequelae of alkaloids to boost the endogenous mammalian cannabinol system. So all mammals love this stuff. That's really the only two known pests are mammals and That's about it. Because if you allow this stuff to grow naturally in its environment and it's acclimated and it has a beautiful microbial base with water that's not toxic, and you're not producing defective flowers that are tight and would never be able to produce seed pods or anything. It's absurd doing that, period. There's no logic in it, and that's what's happening. That's converting over to these systems that we utilize that are postage size stamp compared to big agriculture in the production of this product meant for human consumption. That allows us to self-insure liability, crop bonding, any building construction that's done, all of that. The corporate model has to be done under the California Agricultural Collective Cooperative Model, since cooperation is really the key here, is sitting right there, an ex parte in the law to get the medical system online. We know we're having a taste of the collapse of this system. Many people rely upon cannabinol treatment modalities. Let's get this going ASAP. It's cheap. While we do that, we bring in the sustainable agricultural model for the state and with the state. That's the difference. I always have gone to the state with these systems. It has a lot to do with who I am, yes. That's quite true. Being a fourth generation Californo that links literally all of the major families of those who built the agricultural industry as well as the financial and information hub out of San Francisco and then LA, etc. We all know who we are. And there are a few of us that connect all those families together. That's why I often refer to it as time jumping. So yes, I am humbled by the database I have and the ability to see patterns within the database I have, which I am lucky to have both an oral history of the last 150 years, maybe 200 years. Actually, it goes back farther than that. It's 200 years in California plus, and then it goes back into hundreds of years, going back into 1638 in North Carolina. It goes all the way back to the original Eyre. So I'm sure I'm not the only one that possesses this ability to see these topological, metaphorical systems. So all of us fit into this somehow. We need to cooperatively adapt, to paraphrase H.G. Wells, to be a successful civilization and bloom from this biosphere, not as a warring, manipulative, backstabbing group of people. Seriously, if we know there's advanced life forms, the numbers don't deny it. The artifacts certainly prove it. Let's be a little humble here, people. Do you think they're really gonna let us get off this planet, which we must do if we are to survive? And which is the intent of this planet, which is a life-producing planet on many layers of its frequencies. So, in this time of lockdown, I would take this as a warning as to what's actually coming. As well as, let's utilize some of this $10 trillion they're pumping into the economy, people. Seriously. I couldn't write this script.
All right, shine bright.
What up, Michael?